Greetings! Survival Doc here to talk to you about your portable survival bag, also known as your 72-hour kit, or my personal favorite, your bug out bag. In the event of an emergency, you may be faced with a choice, whether you should leave your home, perhaps seeking refuge in a government-run shelter, or hunker down in your home to deal with the disaster on your own. If your neighborhood is under a forced evacuation due to a toxic spill, or if your house has collapsed or burned to the ground, you may not have a choice at all. You should also consider leaving your home when local officials recommend evacuation in response to an approaching hurricane or forest fire. However, in most emergencies, you should ride out the disaster in your own home. The New Orleans residents who sought shelter in the New Orleans Astrodome after Hurricane Katrina quickly discovered that those who rely on the government often find themselves in the bleakest of conditions. Not only were the emergency supplies inadequate, but they also had to deal with overcrowding, filth, and unhealthy conditions. There was human violence, including robberies and rape. Conditions were so bad that many individuals became desperately depressed, and one even committed suicide. There's a lesson to be learned here. When you have a choice, you will usually be much better off if you can ride out the disaster in your own home, rather than in a government-run shelter. If you remain in your home, you will be surrounded by the familiar objects that you use on a daily basis, and hopefully near familiar neighbors who you can cooperate with. If you remain at home, you will also have ready access to all of your emergency supplies, including any stash of food, water, medical supplies, and sources of energy that you may have prepared in anticipation of just such an emergency. But even though your goal is to remain in your home, you should nevertheless prepare a bug out bag, or a portable 72-hour survival kit, in case you are forced to leave your dwelling. Every individual in your household should have his or her own survival bag, even children, as long as they are capable of wearing a backpack, such as the bags they use to carry their school supplies. Your bug out bag should be a miniaturized version of your home survival stash, limited only by the size of the bag and the weight that you can reasonably carry, keeping in mind that if you leave your home, you might be in for some walking. The reason I talk about bug out bags before I talk about your home survival stash is because your bug out bag should be put together first, because it can also serve as your home survival stash or 72-hour kit until you've had time to accumulate a larger survival stash. Remember, you don't have to bug out in order to use your bug out bag. If you remain in your home during an emergency, it can also serve as your 72-hour kit. It can also supplement your home stash, and it will help you keep some of your most critical survival items in one location where they can be easily accessed in time of emergency. Okay, now let's take a look at Survival Doc's bug out bag to see what kind of items you should pack. Okay, now let's take a look in Survival Doc's bug out bag. First of all, right here where I can get to it easily is my survival whistle, on a string with my lip balm, rain poncho, and of course a handy little compass. In this bag where I can also get to it easily, my quick energy food, dried fruit. Dried foods are very good items to put in your bug out bag because they are lightweight. More lightweight foods, granola bars, a multi-tool, includes a knife, pliers, screwdriver, etc. And of course a good little first aid kit. This one contains your usual items, band-aids and ointments, etc. A little knife, tweezers, tincture of iodine, which you can use on wounds, and you can also use to purify contaminated water. 5 drops per quart of contaminated water will do the job. In this pocket over here, we have bottled water. Same over here, more bottled water. In this pocket we have Plastic bags come in handy for all sorts of reasons. Soap in a little handy container. Moist towelettes. And a cleaning pad. Wash your dishes. Over here on this side we have an emergency blanket. Address book with important addresses. Notepad. Pen. Emergency candles. And of course, emergency cash. Alright, down here we have a cooking kit. Along with our cooking kit we have eating utensils and a handy little can opener. Waterproof matches. A backpacker's water filter. Salt and pepper. And plenty of canned foods. Now these cans have the easy open top. They don't require a can opener, but I always carry a can opener anyway in case I run into cans that aren't so easy to open. Sterno, cooking fuel. Now cans are heavy. They're not necessarily the ideal food to carry in your bug out bag. As I mentioned, dried foods, freeze dried foods might be better. I like canned foods. They contain water. I'll eat these first though so I can lighten my backpack. Okay, and here in the main compartment, what do we have? We have, of course, emergency radio with flashlight and flasher. Emergency flasher, emergency flashlight. This one is wind up, so it doesn't require batteries. You can also charge it with solar. Tape comes in handy for all sorts of uses. Personal items, vitamins, toothbrush, toothpaste, shampoo, dental floss, other personal items, towels, nice warm down blanket, extra clothing, an extra shirt, long underwear, tops and bottoms, cap to keep your head warm, handkerchiefs, extra socks. There you have it. Survival Doc's bug out bag. Now remember, it's also important to have a survival bag located in your car at all times. Most people spend about a third of each weekday at their workplace and another significant portion of their day traveling to and from their workplace. What will you do if the big one hits while you're at work? Or if something happens while you are driving to or from work? Your supplies stashed at home will do you little good when you're stranded at work or in your car. I will talk about the survival bag for your car in my next video. Until then, this is the Survival Doc, reminding you, be prepared, or be prepared to be fleeced.